Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we will continue some work. We're creating a 70 core model, prototype model. Threw it, not a prototype. It's not very dry yet. We've started already. Next step is simply to create the right angle here. We'll see if we can get into it or if it's still too wet from yesterday. We'll use our base material, mixing it with the gold, which, of course, I think the gold is quasi-dimensional. Oh, that was a good cut. Oh, pressing the sides over here a little bit too much. That's a good cut. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to see out of that front portion. And then here, you can see it's still wet in the center, which is fine. Cutting it will actually help it to dry faster, so we can really get to work on this sooner. And we might remove the cores as well. Now, why are we creating the 70 cores? Part of it is because somebody literally just requested it. But also, it's a great opportunity. Well, that's the literal reason, but it's also a great opportunity for increased studies. So, because we haven't made this one in a while. So we're going to learn something about the seventh. I mean, seventh dimension is still very unknown to me. Yes, it is centralization. That's just one component of it. That looks great. That looks great. So to be able to test the seventh dimensional concept even more, not to mention it might give us some insight, because where we are right now with the 10th dimensional board, I kind of don't see the wax core being necessary anymore, which is a little strange to me. Just because the wax core had become, to me, seemingly such an important part, or such an important discovery. So what I'm thinking, ultimately what might happen is the wax core, that's amazing. Make sure we're still rolling on the wheels. Of course, we can loosen them up afterwards too, but they're still rolling. The wax core model and prototype might end up being their own thing, because I like it. I want to put a little bit more here on the front. Build up that level. Feels a little thin to me. I'm going to build it up to about this height. Fortunately, we have that material still wet. And of course, this is giving me great knowledge for any further manufacturing. I increased the ratio. The first time I did this was a lot less of the gold paint in there, but this one has a lot more of it, and I'm thinking I like it, even though it's taking longer to dry. But overall, I definitely like it. Start indenting where that core is going to be in the center of the board. Ooh, excellent. So we'll still be able to remove some more there, trim that down. This one's looking really good. Push that up in the middle. Nice. Nice. Broski's come together well. Well. The only thing I'm seeing right now is a little bit of volume loss on the wall here. I don't like that. So we're going to go ahead and make sure walls are still built up all the way down at least. A little bit more. Push that out, flatten it up against there. Yeah, really fill it out. This side's a little bit better. Doesn't really need as much on that side. All you can do is get some extra material by starting that cavity early. Push that extra out to the side. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. It's going to end up going down lower, but for now it can stay up. We see that starting that wax core in there, and that'll help it with the drying process. Get started on it. It's going to do the same thing here on the front. Get the core started. The centers of centralization. That looks stellar already. Super stellar. One thing I just might as well share it with you because it just popped in my mind. I realized energy infusion for the 19th dimension, recycling, is key. Now, how did I come to that epiphany? Well, I was thinking about this model and how it uses wax, and I was like, you know, and thinking about manufacturing these. Like, let's say I had to make 100 of these boards completes. The fascinating thing about America, you know, is like America is kind of resisting manufacturing for so many reasons because we really have not figured out our approach to getting costs in line. Whereas I think we have several advantages other countries don't have. Number one is our, you know, well, actually not number one, but one of them. Number one on my current list that I'm going to share is the fact that we have really a lot of high-end consumer goods made here, which means we have a lot of potential for recycling, which, since no one's really doing the science of it right now, of the manufacturing, we're not really thinking about that. But anyway, so I was thinking, okay, you know, people use all kinds of things that, like, well, let's specifically wax melts. If you think about those, people use those for scent, but then the wax loses its scent, but it doesn't all burn up because it's not a candle. And what do you do with all that extra wax? I was like, okay, that could be one source, you know, unused wax. You could have people send in, you know, their excess wax. And you could pay for it, which sounds fascinating. And it made me think about one of the inputs, you know, the various inputs that you're going to have on a true recycling plant. Energy being one of those things, you know, the motivator to get people to bring it in, finances, of course. This is good. But, you know, the outer wall is kind of caving. It's a little bit too concave. I want to have that support. You know what I mean? I want it to be flat here. Less sloping up and in. More flat on the outside, because that's going to give it the thickness to even support. The core. And here you see it's a little concave. So we need to fix that. Just enough material to do it, I think. Yeah, that's good. That looks a whole heck of a lot better. That's what I'm trying to see. Whole heck of a lot better. I want to see some more of that on this side. Front's not too bad on either side. Take some off the front, put it on the side here. Beef that side up. I'm gonna need more space so I can kind of push these out, flatten them down. We're looking pretty good. I dare say we're looking really good. Anyway, so that was just one thought about recycling. I think that's gonna end us off today. We're gonna need some more time for more drying. And we'll be back at it. Alright, I'll see you guys soon.